Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans.
Would have been back sooner, but rabbits are important.
There was a rabbit in the driveway, and I got distracted looking at it.
Yes.
That's all right. There was a deer out back in my yard.
Oh, do you have a view? I take it.
Oh yeah, I could look out.
You could, but you opt not to.
I don't have a view behind me.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So
you enter the canyon.
And
excellent.
while we are going, Guafir kind of tries to remember. He met them yesterday and multiple times before. What kind of gear the elves were wearing? Because
Excellent.
that's very important.
Would you please make me a charisma check to see what you can remember about these? You know what? They're fucking elves. They're superior beings. They've got everything they could possibly need with them at all points in time. Like, why would they? Whatever they need, they definitely are prepared. They're elves. Duh.
hold on.
And she's your sister. She's definitely prepared for this.
Can't underestimate
20.
her.
I think I've got 10.
What are we all rolling now?
Oh, I'm rolling something completely different. All right, Neal,
What do you
they
roll?
have a puppy with them?
You are confident that you are the only one that day in Shenanigans with a dog.
Okay, all right.
Ever since pets have been somewhat bad.
Well, I don't know. Does Torque count?
You know, you're not a dog. You're a
Okay.
knoll.
I have been like, as he's asleep, just kind of like petting him on the head from time to time.
Torque doesn't know about this, but if he did, he'd be very afraid.
That
The
you
man, the goblin hands caressing. Is he?
Well, they are. She is a fear cleric,
That-
so I guess that's simple.
That and the null hands, he'd be creeped out if his before that, but now he'd probably straight up be like paranoid, like she wants his hands.
So, has he spotted their trail? I think in the canyon. Did he?
I mean, there's no grass in the canyon. It's 20 feet wide, and the elves were camped out right in front of it. So, like, yeah, they're in the canyon, but there's no trail.
The canyon grasshoppers.
So, Guafir is kind of merging the rest of the party to kind of go more stealthily. So we stealth our way along the canyon quietly, or just to walk quietly.
I mean, I can probably walk quietly. I don't know about you guys.
No.
I could probably climb the cliff too if I was daring enough.
Not only does my armor jingle, it might even clap.
Step.
No ends up
Step.
gripping.
It's an applause with every step.
Yeah, if Doreen jumps up and down, you could just there's an applause. It's like.
Oh. That must be the worst for an enemy. Like, she jumps and just hear a cacophony of applause.
From all of her dead foes applaud her every step of the way.
Yep.
It's particularly
That's the
horrific.
thing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right. You enter, and immediately, as soon as the walls reach their height, you know, as soon as they're sheer cliffs, you see carved into the cliffs on either side manchinal tree markings.
What markings?
Manchinal tree markings. I'm going to PM you a link to something, Bastian.
Okay. Damn it, it had to do something with...
There you go. It's in Discord.
Fucking hell. He's like, he like, Guafir like, fucking hell, it actually was about special wood or something like trees.
You can go ahead and read this document that I've sent you about this thing if you want, but you know these trees to be warning signs. Because they're not actually growing trees, they're like carved flatly into the wall.
I know. But it's just, we talk about trees here, just get some Yeah, he kind of. Oh yes, I heard about them poisonous because of that warning. Oh dear, don't tell me it's snakes. I really hope it's not snakes.
It's Snake Canyon. What do you expect in here? Not snakes?
Obvious. Neal, we've talked about this. It's a cannon or the canyon hippo.
There's no hippos in this canyon, guys.
Oh no, I think there is.
No, there probably is a hippo. That's why there's no stream here, is because the hippo's clogging the stream.
So the hippo moves,
so
like
fat.
a wall of water comes down.
It's a hippo snake.
A hippo snake doesn't even make sense.
Sure it does.
No, Neal, that's the thing. It's just a normal snake that got way too fat.
Well, I googled hippo snake, and all I see is videos of a snake swallowing a hippo. So
A snake swallowing a hippo?
I think it's like a baby hippo or something. It's a small hippo.
No way.
I didn't watch it, but
Maybe we should continue on into the canyon.
Yeah,
Hold on, I want to see a
we,
snake eating a hippo. Wow.
yeah, it's a fat snake.
I mean, it's puking up a hippo from what I can see.
Oh god.
Either way, the snake had it in its mouth.
That is amazing.
In all the wrong ways.
Whoa.
This is making me
I'm
sick.
not gonna watch this.
Everyone should Google hippo snake. And then just watch. It's 2 minutes. 2:12.
Good done.
I
All right,
actually
we're gonna
can't
keep-
watch it.
That's fine. We're gonna keep playing
due
D&D.
to,
Everyone else is gonna have to watch it in their own time somewhere else. So you see these tree markings on the cavern walls, and the canyon goes forward, but it's twisty and windy like its namesake, leaving, you can really only see maybe 50 feet in front of you because then it's just dead end, and you gotta go around the corner and around the other corner, and gotta keep twisting. But as you, yes.
Oh no, sorry. I was just to say, as he sees us and we are moving forward, he draws his sword just for to be ready, and just says to everybody, "Be careful. We might have to encounter something poisonous."
That's not good.
That's bad.
And keep your eyes open. And by the way, Doreen, could you take the lead?
Yeah.
I'm not that hardy.
yeah.
I know.
I think Doreen and Torque are already in the front. And you're just like,
You
yeah,
just
okay, bud. Sure. We'll do there. It's like when somebody tells you to take out the trash as you're in the middle of taking out the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
As
on.
you go around the first bend, you come across the scattered remains of what looks to be 4 or 5 skeletons, complete with rusty, ruined armor. I guess it's not rust because it's brass. It's corroded brass armor and old weapons that have been...
Brass or bronze?
Bronze, not brass. I'm sorry, brass doesn't corrode as well. As easily.
Depends on the sort of brass.
Depends. Anyway,
When we're talking about alloys, everything gets super fucking complicated.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
So
so
I'm not a material science person.
brass, bronze, and copper, all interchangeable for our purposes in this
Okay.
world. And I know that's frustrating for those of you that are in the material sciences, but brass, bronze, and copper are all identical.
I'd say leave copper out of that one.
We'll talk about it another
No.
time.
Okay.
You know what? I just got an idea. I got an idea that's going to confuse the hell out of somebody someday.
Okay.
I'm going to take a knoll hand and just leave it inside the breastplate of one of these skeletons without disturbing the rest of the body, so it looks like they just ate a knoll hand.
but these corpses, these remains look
happening?
like they've been here for a long time.
I'm getting real paranoid of Doreen real quick. Maybe I should have let the Knowles eat her.
Makes the difference. They could have eaten her. She's like a meal in a tin box.
Getting real paranoid.
It's like a crab. You have to like get to the shell and.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll probably clarify her beliefs in the whole matter, but.
So you see these skeletons with arms and armor, and you just like put a null hand inside one of them.
Yeah, inside one of the breastplates. So it's just like, it'll degrade, and then somebody will just be like, that person ate a null hand.
Or that null hand killed him.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I'm very quickly growing agitated, impatient.
We
Not sure
should.
which, but
What?
Let's go.
disgust is clearly present.
Keep your eyes open. I don't want any snakes crawling out of any surfaces.
All right,
Can't keep your eyes open. They'll
keep-
bite you in your eyes.
You keep going. That sounds horrible. And after a few more twists and turns, you come across the scattered remains of bones and armor and weapons again. This time they're scattered out over a place maybe like 50 feet long. You know, there's two bodies here, there's one that's kind of scattered over here, and two over there.
What sort of equipment is it? Just like, are we talking like chainmail sort of stuff, or like? Okay, so pretty
Chainmail,
standard.
short swords, long swords, daggers, standard gear. There's a couple of shields lying around.
Couple shields. Are there any sort of easily recognizable symbols, like something a common person would know? Like, oh, this is quite clearly the Drekis.
You know, they've got those like goofy-looking elven swords that you just kind of roll your eyes at, where you're like,
okay,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's real effective sword.
yeah, it's like the swords from Lord of the Rings, and you're looking at them, and you're like, really? That's what the elves are using? Really? They've got that bad of taste? Okay, fine.
Funny enough, Guafia's not using that kind of sword. But since
No,
he's talking about that, is there any kind of heraldry or coat of arms on anything? If it is in any way elven related.
I've got to pick up I have to find an elven sword and show people what I mean.
Yeah, it's.
I
these
feel
kind-
I need to exclaim
I
myself.
mean, it's not too over designed. It's functional.
I mean, yeah, I'm just being a jerk. Here we go. This is what it is. Oh, shoot, this is the sort of thing, and I will post it to the party in the disco. Where is Shenanigans? Oh, it's so late in the alphabet. It's so low down in the sidebar of things.
Ah, yes.
Oh god! This is a magical weapon. It's Orcrist.
I'm not familiar with Orcrist, so.
It glows when orcs on it.
Well, this one does not glow in orcs. Well, maybe it does. There's no orcs nearby, so how would
This
you know?
one glows when gnomes are near.
Yeah.
Gnome Christ.
But there is no kind of no coat of arms in terms of elven houses.
Mm-mm.
If these look like elven weapons, that is curious. Also,
Well, coats of arms might have been on clothing rather than on actual weapons themselves, and all the clothing on these skeletons is rotted to hell, so
yeah.
it's difficult and awkward to decorate weapons and armor with coats of arms, because, you know, they change hands so frequently.
So, further it is. This is getting more and more intriguing. These are elven weapons. Huh. I mean, old elven weapons. Nobody uses that kind of stuff anymore. Too over-designed.
All right. Can I get perception checks from the party?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, there we go. It's Kyla's turn to.
What is
Oh,
everything I
crap.
see?
You don't see, but you hear voices speaking in Elven, kind of echoing quietly, as if they're even whispering to themselves through these canyon walls, reaching your ears.
I don't. Can I understand anything?
Yes, there is a female voice saying, "Pick it up," and a male voice saying, "No way, are you kidding? Of course not."
No, you pick it up. No, you touch it.
And then the female voice saying, "I hired you for a reason. Don't back out on me now." And the male voice saying, "Come on, you didn't hire me for this. This is bullshit."
Can I stealth toward the voices?
You certainly
move
may
silent?
try.
90%.
Are you gonna tell the party that you need to go slowly?
Yeah, I guess I'll whisper to them and say like I hear something. I hear them talking. I'm gonna try to get a visual, and then I just sneak.
And we hold, probably.
Yeah. I'll like make sure my
I'll, like,
shield's
sneak up to
ready.
the next... Yeah, I want to sneak up to the next bend just to see if I see them or anything.
Yeah, you sneak forward a ways, and you can peer down a crevice where you see the 4 elves standing. They appear to be looking at something in the wall of the canyon. Now, you have been moving silently, but they still have guards posted. Ooh. We gotta roll some stats here. That's borderline. Off by 1. So you get to like poke your eye around the corner just enough to see that there's like 2 elves facing each other, staring at this thing at the wall, and then there's 2 more like right next to them, like in the same group, but one looking down the canyon one way and one looking down the canyon your way, and you're able to like pull back before the person has spotted you.
Okay, I'll go back and I'll tell them what I saw. That there's one looking straight down the canyon. There's no way we'll sneak up.
Well, it seems we have to make an entrance.
What were they looking at?
They were looking at a wall. There must be something weird there.
Yeah. What did you say they were talking about?
They were arguing about who's going to grab something.
Interesting. Yeah, remembering, what kind of skills had my sister? Was she talented in magic?
Just the same as you.
Oh dear. Well, let's make an entrance.
So what's this entrance?
I mean, we can walk up as intimidating as we can.
Want me? Are we just gonna look intimidating, or are we gonna like?
I mean, obviously ready for combat.
I mean, what if we wait for them to grab whatever that is, get into the trouble that they're afraid of, and then capitalize on the chaos? And
we could wait around the corner.
Okay, let's do that.
Obviously, someone should keep listening for if they continue. Wait, they are in a what's it called?
Like a small enclosed area.
Yeah,
I mean, you're all in a small enclosed area.
But like, is this like turn even smaller, or is it like? Okay.
Is there only one way out of where they are, or is it?
No, the canyon continues beyond.
So they can go that way or toward us.
Yeah, someone should keep a lookout just in case they move further down.
If anyone goes out into the open, they'll see us.
Yeah, we probably wait around the corner waiting for them to just head back and then stand
yeah, we're
there.
probably all listening.
Yep.
So they're probably not trying to be quiet, are they?
They are whispering.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We are also whispering.
Right, everybody's whispering to everyone else. So you guys are moving forward or not?
I am, at least. I'm gonna go back to that corner and
We are a
wait.
bit behind. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'll be at like near the corner, but not obviously in visual range, and then I will have a dagger ready just in case anything comes out or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna
you're at the corner. You're listening, right? You're not looking.
just listening.
Okay. You can hear the voices. They're still saying The female voice is, well, I think at this point they've stopped. They've stopped talking. It's oddly quiet from down that way. And then there is a long sigh, followed by, well, that's going to be the case. We should go back and get our gear then.
Okay, in that case, I will immediately move back to them and say, like, they're kind of just gesture, like pointing and like they're coming toward us. Like,
Okay. Everybody go behind the corner and wait behind the corner so if they
No,
turn.
we're not.
are we ambushing them?
Ambush. Some intimidate them. That's
Neal, we've walked up this game. There's like no way we could possibly hide from them.
I mean,
Okay.
we can stand around the corner and.
I mean, they'll see you when you see them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yes, but.
Okay, so we all strike poses and we stand around the corner
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Doreen just kind of leans up against a wall, trying to act casual.
Yes, and like Warthia has his foot on the stone, like in a Captain with his sword at his side.
And I'll just be in the back.
Obviously drops the change self.
I'm probably just like sitting. Let's see here. How would? Yeah, just like kind of casually sitting in the middle, chewing on something.
Kyla will just be in the back with her arms crossed.
Sure. The elves round a bend and come face to face with you.
And immediately as they come around, Gorthia's like, well, look who we have here. Hello, Ilanis.
Why, hello, Gwen. I thought I recognized you. Still associating with...
I mean, they serve their purpose. So, what do we have here?
Just your bigger, older, wiser, better sister, doing what we need to do.
You know you're 2 years younger than
Is this all taking place in Elven?
Yes.
She started it in common.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Okay.
So,
Well, I might have been born 2 years after you, but I am definitely decades wiser than you.
no, is that so?
Yes.
Well, you were none the wiser to spot me in the tavern. I was leaning against the stairs. You didn't even look at me.
Oh, yes, I saw you.
Yeah.
And then I saw you again when you came out with your dirty little friend here. And then again when we were over there on the hills.
You didn't even say hello to your older brother.
Are you surprised?
Kinda, yes.
I didn't think we had that sort of relationship.
I mean, you can be, at least have some formalities in between your family. Anyway, what is it you have there? Probably something to gain you some influence back home in Silvers.
Don't
You
you
know-
have a piece of wood to go get?
Don't you see? Have you not seen the warning? A piece of wood is warning us all that there's danger here.
Yes. You have no idea what we're doing here, do you? You're just following along, trying to ride my coattails as you always have.
Yep, so what are you here for?
She said it.
Yeah, I don't think my eyes could get any more rolled. Like it's just like hearing all of this.
Backwards in your head.
Stubborn sibling meets stubborn sibling, and I think they both stand there glaring at each other for a little while until someone else speaks up.
Okay, she said it. What do we have there? What have you found?
Yeah, I said, yep, what are you here for?
Alanis just glares at Gwen.
Okay. Like,
Now
what
that
is
we-
it you?
what is
it that you guys aren't brave enough to touch back there?
Oh yes, I suppose we superior beings shouldn't be afraid to touch whatever you have found, if it is just a simple matter. And with your intellect, it would be just a simple matter, wouldn't it be, sister?
It's no problem.
You're sure you don't need your big brother's help?
No.
I could take it off your, well, burden. You know, you don't have to burn yourself with such problems.
Fine then. Fine. Why don't I share what I've found with you? Come along, little brother, she says as she turns and walks back through the canyon the other way.
What do the other elves do?
They quietly fall in line beside her.
Okay, well,
One of them walking backwards to keep an eye on you and occasionally bumping into walls, but adjusting himself and then continuing backwards.
I give
Just-
a little chuckle
Come on,
every
dude.
time.
Don't trip.
Yeah,
He
I just
does
look
look
at
a
him.
little ridiculous, yeah.
Listen, if you
is
fall
he
backwards
like-
and hit your head on a rock, that can do serious damage. Come on
Is,
now.
is he like walking backwards and doing this thing to us?
He's not doing the thing with the hands, but he's just walking backwards. And not even like looking back, just walk. Oh, that's a wall. Okay, I'm going to turn this way and walk. Oh, that's a wall. Okay, then I'll. No, okay, this way. All right.
Just now that we are seeing him, what is the equivalent of the 3 elves?
They are carrying long swords and have chainmail.
Okay.
And they have short swords as well.
I assume we follow them.
Yes.
And also, I am readying myself to, you know, throw something down the corridor, maybe a color spray if they try to ambush us.
You go back to that area where Kyla saw them before, and entombed in the wall, is a corpse, an elven corpse. Decayed, flesh is gone. It's just bleached bones, and it's kind of in a little slot that has been lined with copper, or once lined with copper, but now it's just corroded to all hell. And there is a single plaque written above it in Elven, in kind of an old Elven script. The plaque says, oh shit, I had this figured out and then I forgot it because we were doing other stuff. That's what happens when you don't write it down.
Beware the Kenyan hippo, the pet of the...
Oh no.
Who shall guard his tomb eternally.
God, that'd be terrifying. I'm pretty sure hippos are fucking fast on the wind, actually.
Imagine being basically trapped in a tight canyon with one.
That would suck.
Yeah, the thing is, it wouldn't even have to worry about slowing down to turn. Its blubber would just bounce itself off the wall. It just comes boinging down the canyon at us.
Pinball.
Yep.
Ding 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 ding.
I'd imagine by now it's a very hungry hippo.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm still on the roll with my characters.
Okay, like in the last week, I've gotten 3 characters that are like 5 int.
All right.
Okay.
The plaque says in Elven. Here, why don't I just paste this in Elven? Paste this to the 2 people who can read Elven. Where are you hiding? You can read Elven. No, not you.
Nope.
You can read Elven.
Just Wafia looks at it. Well, I haven't heard of them for a while. So, have they sent you here to retrieve the corpse?
Maybe we should get some context on this because that makes absolutely no sense. You paid attention in your history class. We already discussed this already.
Yeah.
So give me an intelligence check. See if you can remember anything. Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So this is an old family that no longer exists. They died out about 1,000 years ago or so. Actually, probably a little bit more than 1,000 years ago. And they're kind of just a footnote in history that they've failed their people and So they were sort of dishonored, and then everyone was just quickly, but politely, just didn't talk about it. And now they're kind of like a historical footnote, like, oh yes, the Law family. Yes, they failed their people.
Huh. Well, haven't heard of them for a while. Well, what drives you to find a forgotten corpse in an unknown canyon of history long past?
Your sister dramatically sweeps to a brooch hanging around the, well, would be hanging around the neck of the person where they still flesh and blood, but you know, there's just a brooch resting on the sternum.
What's it look like?
It looks like a beetle. It's got like golden, shimmering beetle-like wings on its back where its shell is, and then blackish little legs coming out from the bottom, but it's all like gold and polished stone. Maybe like a scarab sort of thing.
Can I try to detect magic?
I was just about to lean over to Kyla. Is it magical?
I still have a 55% chance to see magic auras in line of sight. If I try.
Is that from your skills and powers, spells and magic?
Yeah, skills and powers, thief ability.
All right, so you just have a flat 50% chance of detecting magic.
55% chance. If I try, I can see magic auras within line of sight. But it's not like all the time. I have to like try to do it.
Sure. Yeah, you know, there is a magic aura coming off of this thing. Definitely.
Okay, that's all I get. So yeah, I kind of like rub my chin like, it's definitely magical.
Well, a magic necklace. Maybe.
Why don't you take it?
Oh, and maybe it's cursed and I acquire a cursed necklace.
You wanted to know what we were up to. Here you go.
I'll like look at her, then why didn't you take it?
Doesn't you repeat the same thing as I said?
Is there a story behind this thing, or do we just know nothing?
Well, and I tell them a bit about the Law family, just the general details.
Yeah, but like the necklace itself, there's nothing. You guys don't know anything. And I'm asking her as well, but she probably won't.
She. Sister, you studied the Law family for a bit, I see. So what is it, really?
What do they say it is, at least?
Oh. You know, I just can't seem to remember, but a piece of history like this would surely be the sort of thing that makes one head of the family when they return.
But is it worth your life?
She almost looks at Torque. You get that sort of like,
I'm not looking
like
at
an
her when I
uppity
say that.
elf who I'm not going to like even dignify you with my. You get like this, you know,
Actually,
this
Neal,
feeling of disgust.
what I'm doing when I say that is I'm like looking at this little divot inside, because it's like dug into the canyon wall. Yeah, I'm like looking at this like copper sheet, like looking at it, see if I can see any holes in there that might, to my untrained eyes, look like it could be a trap or something. I'm like looking for stuff like that, like inspecting the walls of the canyon.
Okay.
Just like looking for stuff that I like. Sure, I'm just some scrub with a sword. Like I'm looking for obvious stuff that's like, okay, if someone were to take this, oh yeah, that rock up there looks pretty precariously perched. There might be something that might make that fall on me, or well, it doesn't look like there's any sort of physical trigger to this. Maybe it's magical. I don't know.
Yeah, so everything here is badly degraded. Any sort of physical trapping mechanism is long ruined. And it doesn't look like there's any sliding panels. It looks like there was like a sheet of copper that wrapped around the area where her body was sitting in, like one solid sheet, or maybe like multiple sheets put together, maybe welded together, maybe just sitting together, but they've all just like corroded into one nasty, gnarly, ugly, rough surface area of a rectangular cube thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Also, while I'm inspecting the walls of the canyon, I'll like walk past Kyla. How fast are you? And then I'll walk past Doreen. How fast are you? And then I'll walk past Guathir. How fast are you? Just like kind of whisper that to each one and just continue inspecting the walls of the canyon. Like, this is that whole thing. And when I did say, "Is it worth your life?" I was definitely not looking at her. So
All right, perfect.
I probably wouldn't see her.
So she doesn't dignify
non-reaction.
you with a response verbally or physically, but you don't notice.
Yeah.
She just doesn't answer your question.
Well, if nobody wants to touch it, actually, I might have an idea. He leans over to Doreen. Do you think one could use one of your hands to grab the necklace without actually touching it?
Your sister motions to her friends, her companions, her hired help, and begins walking back towards the camp, leaving the four of you here with the corpse.
So they like round the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at the three of them, smile, say, "I think you guys should start running now," and walk over to the corpse.
I back away a little.
I oh dear. I sheath my sword and just
I'll like look at it, look at my sword. Neal, does it look like I could forcibly like get my sword through the thing in the necklace and just like pull it out without actually touching it with my hands?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Just based on what it looks like, do I think that even if I'm gentle with it with my sword, it might break it, damage it some way?
The necklace looks to be in perfect condition.
Okay.
It's also magical, which I mentioned.
Then I'll like wait a bit. Like, you do realize these that little present is going to be a problem when we make our escape, right?
You can. I think if you know about it, you can just like slowly go slower through that part.
yes. We know where it is, so we can probably avoid them.
I'm wondering how long it's going to take them to start to step on them.
Anyway, if you are going to do that, we should probably we should hurry.
Yeah. Anybody have a stick?
Don't you have a stick sandwich?
No, I ate it already.
Actually, you know what? Guafir takes one. He has a small tent, so he takes like one of the sticks made to build up the tent and tosses over to Talk.
Sweet.
That works.
It should suffice.
Well, I guess it's time to take the money and run.
Like Guafir readies himself to just go to a full-on sprint down the.
And like, I'll like start positioning myself to get ready for a quick grab and go. With how long this temple stick is, would my hand go in there at all using this to?
Now, when you say temple stick,
Tent pole.
there we go. That makes way more sense. Got it.
Yeah.
Got
Temple
it.
stick?
Yeah, I was like, what
Temples.
the fuck is Bastian talking about?
It's got to be at least like 5 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can easily like reach in there without actually sticking my hand in there.
Yeah, I mean, the body's only, like, the necklace is only about yay far in anyway, right? Because the body comes, its shoulder comes to the edge of the inset, so you only have to reach a half of a person's length.
Cool.
To...
I'll get like a pocket ready. And I'll just say go. And I say go, expecting them to all start running.
Before anyone runs, are you guys going towards the mouth of the canyon or in the unknown end of the canyon direction?
Unless you guys want to explore that way.
No, I
other way.
thought what's the mouth? I think.
Towards
Back
the mouth.
toward the. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So you
I'll say go.
Go.
Expecting them to run.
I mean, Guafir starts jogging down the canyon.
As soon as I say go, then I like reach in there, grab it, grab the necklace, pocket it, and then book it.
So you say go. Gualthier starts to run. Kyla and Doreen.
I run.
Doreen runs. Kyla.
But I want to be behind the other two.
All right. So you let the other two get in front of you, but you also flee.
Sure.
All right.
And I'm sure it takes me like a couple seconds longer to make sure like I have the thing in hand.
And then you try. How do you get? So you got like a 5-foot stick. So how do you get it off the edge of the stick into your pocket?
Like this?
He's got a bag.
But you can't like. So
He's got a bag. He's got a bag, like a pouch.
No. So here's what I'm picturing. This is part of the reason why I left. I let them go first. Is I get it, I raise it up, catch the necklace, drop the stick, put it in my pocket and book it.
Catch the necklace in your hand.
Yeah.
All right. So Kyla, you're waiting for the others to go, and as you start to run, you give one glance over your shoulder, and you see Torque just like collapse to the ground in a heap. The rest of the party's starting to run, and Torque is just lying on the ground.
I'll just yell like he collapsed, and then I'm actually gonna stop and like turn and look at him and pull a dagger out and just be ready.
Neal, what happens? What do I see experience when I collapse? Like, is it like I get it in my hands and then it's just blank?
As soon, I will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you after everyone else has figured out what's going on, though.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear like a screeching noise as Guafia stops.
Yes, like a cartoon, Guafia makes a lot of noise as she comes to a stop.
What?
He's unconscious or something, and I'm standing at the curve, kind of like with the dagger, but I'm like looking and seeing if he moves or anything else moves. Nothing, Neal? Okay. Where is the necklace right now?
In his hand, on the ground.
I like go over to his like leg and I like poke it with my foot.
His leg is poked now.
Okay. Can I check for like if he's dead?
Do you mean how close do you want to get to him?
Well, first, does he look like he's breathing?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see how close. Like, you know, you got to get like down on the ground and see if his chest is rising and falling. I guess you're a little bit too tense. You can't quite. There's all this fur. He's like a big hairy person, you know.
Okay, I can't tell. So
it's like watching a cat breathe. It can be hard to detect.
Either
Did he touch the neck?
yeah, it's in his hand right now.
It's in his hand.
But his other hand isn't touching it, right?
No, his other hand is not.
All right, I'm gonna go off and try to check for the pulse.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you start cutting it off.
Oh god, that mortified
I
me.
swear.
No.
Kylie doesn't
Somebody
have
clip that mortified look, please.
All right, you go and reach for the hand. You feel fur. Do you have a healing proficiency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. There's no pulse.
Oh,
And it's not just because he's a gnoll and his veins and arteries go in different positions, and so you can't find the ones that tell you where his pulse is. You
All right.
you find the correct.
I'm going to pull him away from the necklace.
All right, he pulls away. The necklace sort of just sits in the palm of his hand and drags with you a little bit as you tug on him.
Oh no, I'll yank.
Yeah.
Like his entire body.
Hey,
Until
look at
it falls
that!
out.
You give him a yank and like he comes with the necklace and it's still in. You have to like keep tugging him over and over and to
Okay, I
violently disrupt the necklace from his hand, but eventually you do.
Okay, I was gonna say I just pick up the pole and like slide the necklace out.
That works too. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now you have this seemingly lifeless Torque in front of you on the ground.
Check him. And Gorfia is going to take a pouch, like open it. It has like leather cords or strings on it, right? So
Sure. Yeah.
he kind of will try to hold it open by the strings, so his hands are far away from the necklace as possible. Can you try getting it in there?
I'll try. I'll use
All
the
right.
pole to like.
Now that's a pretty awkward thing because you're sliding it on something. So if the incline of your pole gets too high, it's just going to slide to meet you, and if it gets too low, it's just going to slide off. So it's like with a 5-foot pole, it's like a weird balancing act.
Near sliding it along the ground, like on the ground.
Okay, sure. Yeah. That's fine. You can knock it on the ground. Okay.
And into the pouch.
Yeah, you slide it on the ground into the pouch, and it's in the pouch.
Okay.
Who's holding the pouch?
I was holding it on a string, and first of all, I let go. Once it's inside,
The pouch falls to the ground.
Well, who wants to hold the pouch? any volunteers?
This is your mission, bud. You do it.
I take out the canvas of my tent. Like,
What are you doing?
You've got a tent that you start unpacking from your backpack.
the canvas of the tent, and then I pack the pouch inside. Like, wrap the pouch inside this canvas.
Wonderful. You feel, as you're wrapping it, the pouch with the canvas, a piercing cold that races up from your palm through the bones of your arm, around your collar, and freezing your heart. And you take 7 points of damage.
Woo! I'm still up.
And immediately drop the pouch and the canvas and everything on the ground.
I think I
Well, I'll just, after I've gotten the thing away from Torque, I'm going to try to just cast an Orison and see if that does anything for the dude.
It doesn't seem to make a difference at first.
Okay. I'll just kind of kneel next to him as they're fooling around with this death whatever.
Yeah.
And just kind of sadly, like, pet his head.
A few moments later, coming around the corner is your sister and her 3 companions. And they stop when they see what's going on, and she starts to just give a little chuckle to herself. Well. Are we learning our lessons?
Well,
Dang it! I'm not awake to start back.
Shaking the freezing hand. Well, don't try to wrap it into canvas. That is one lever. It was freezing. At least don't touch it. That is clear. Whoever of you decided not to touch it, good choice. Props to you.
One of them glares meaningfully at your sister.
I say, what do you know about this thing? You, to the elf, to her, to the sister.
She considers you. Says, it's difficult to move. It is, well, it's the infamous death pendant of Ula.
Death pendant.
Yes, you wear it and die.
Mm.
Oh,
Sounds-
of course.
That sounds so useful.
No, it actually
It's-
is. It makes assassinations a lot easier.
Oh, it makes committing suicide much, much cleaner and nicer. And when you've shamed your family as much as Ula here has, or as much as Gwyneth will, it's your only option.
You know, Gwyneth Paltrow is actually a quite nice actor. It's not really an insult, you know that.
Did not follow that at all.
I
He
expected
thinks you're mocking the character for not using the correct name.
that. Yes, yes, and he's like, sister, you should go to the theater more often.
Yes, well. Of course, someone like you would find yourself in the theater, such a lowly profession. Actually, a professional at all would be lowly for our house, but that's what I would expect of you. A professional.
So, you want to acquire a necklace that basically makes suicide very, very easy.
I want to acquire a historical artifact that will bring me rank and privilege and secure me as the heir to our family rather than you.
He just looks at Torque, looks at Doreen like with a questionable look, anything.
I'm just shaking my head.
You know what? You can keep the instant death totem.
Why, thank you. She produces a small box and just kind of props it down and sees the big balled up piece of canvas and goes, You there, would you remove the necklace from the canvas? And the soldier just shakes his head.
If you need an advice, here, take these 2 sticks, try to lift the canvas into the box.
She produces a short sword from her side and starts poking it around and slowly, getting the bag out of the canvas.
Question, Neal. Guafia goes over to Doreen and Kyla and like, you know what? If she is currently separated from Flea, incapacitate them, and they're just quietly whispering to them. Doreen does not shakes the head.
I give you a really meaningful look with a bit of a raised eyebrow to make sure that, to make sure that you're okay with Kyla incapacitating someone who can only throw daggers.
I'm going to incapacitate you by throwing a dagger at you. Don't worry, it's not going to go all the way into your heart. I'm going to make sure it just sort of goes into your heart.
That's why I'm looking at him like that.
I lean over. Just don't throw it at Winston's. Let's try to move, and then let's turn around and once she has it in the box. And I think we try to pick up Torque and drag him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can start dragging Torque away. Let's give her a dex check to see how quickly she gets it in the box. That's rather quickly. So she eventually gets the bag separated from the cloth and puts the box on the end and knocks the bag into the lead box and then closes the lid and picks it up gingerly. And nods that it's okay.
Okay, and I think once she picks it up, we are probably behind them at this point.
Dragging.
Behind them.
Yeah.
And I just give the 2 a nod.
I throw a dagger at one of the elves.
Yeah, and I cast Color Spray.
Right. All right, let's roll initiative because nobody's getting caught off guard here. There are no surprise attacks. Everybody is ready for everything.
Oh God.
Torque isn't ready.
The classic double crossing.
Yes.
And I just don't kill my sister.
All right, there's 4 of them, 3 of you. Oh shit. Okay.
They all rolled
Oh shit.
once,
Does anyone
didn't
beat
they?
a 2 on initiative?
They all rolled once.
No. Wow.
No,
they rolled a 1, 4, 6, and 10. So actually quite a nice range, absolutely average. But that 1 is your sister who brings out her own bag of colored sand. And as you're trying to throw your colored sand into the air, she throws her colored sand in the air and affects D6, 3 people.
But what level is she?
She is whatever level you are.
1.
All right.
So how does that affect a 5th level character?
All creatures above the level of the spellcaster. So are any of you level 1?
Only him.
Only you. Okay. So everyone gets a saving throw versus spell, except for Gwen.
I'm level 1.
Oh, you don't get a save. Good boy. Doreen, that looks like a pass. Kyla? That looks like a fail.
I just imagine we both at the same time try to color spell. She's just a bit faster, and I yeah.
Creatures failing saving throws and whose hit dice or levels are less than or equal to the spellcasters are struck unconscious.
But she's higher.
What about 4 levels higher?
I think there is something about being significantly higher.
Those with hit dice or levels 1 or 2 greater than the wizards are blinded for D4 rounds. Those with levels 3 or more greater are stunned for 1.
Okay.
If you pass, you're fine. Nothing. So looks like Doreen's good. Kyla, what level are you?
I'm 5, so I'm just stunned.
You're just stunned for 1 round, yeah. So you just lose your round here. 4, 6, and 9 plus 5 to each of those would be 9, 11, and 15.
4, yeah.
So Doreen, what's your initiative? 10?
So 1 person goes before her.
But by the way, Guafia falls in a very elegant pose to the ground.
So
All
one
right.
person goes before Doreen.
One person goes before her, and I mean, you're like the short human covered with hands. You're really not appetizing. You guys work out of the same bar. You see the same people. You kind of hang in the same social circles. It's a little awkward to kill each other. You know, it's gonna get back to shenanigans eventually. That this person went out to the, you know, so the person's kind of like, she hesitates and looks at Doreen and goes, "Do you really want to fight?"
We might be able to get through. Oh, I can't talk.
No, not really.
Okay. And then just starts retreating and walking backwards.
Yeah, it's not like his sister treated them very well either.
Yeah. So the one person kind of like doesn't
She
go
tried
to
to kill you
you.
guys.
And then Doreen's turn rolls around.
Okay.
Doreen, what are
I'll
you gonna
just
do?
hold action.
Okay. And they kind of shuffle along the side of the canyon away from Doreen and just like make their way down and away. We can go for initiative next round, but they're leaving. It looks like Doreen's gonna let them go. Kyla, you're gonna wake up next round. They'll be out of sight, or not wake up, but come to. They'll be out of sight, but down the canyon.
Well, okay, so but she can't move because she casted a spell, right? So she has to roll initiative to move.
Actually, yeah.
I suppose she can half move after casting a spell.
She
Yeah.
could, but I'm stopping her.
Ooh, that's gonna get.
All right, so if you prevent her exit... Oh god, this gets complicated really quickly, because the bodyguards aren't going to leave her behind, but they don't want to fight you, and you don't want to fight them, and they want her to leave, but you're kind of blocking her exit. So I
Not
guess
gonna
towards
kill.
the end of that round, one of the guards will just try and like shoulder rush you and like knock you out of the way. So they need to make an attack roll to hit your non-armored AC. Like a 14 will, you don't have like 19 dex, do you?
No.
And give me an opposed strength check against the elf, who rolls a 25. Ooh. All right.
Crashing into a dwarf.
So yeah, it tries to knock you
know
back.
what?
Doesn't make it.
That's it.
We should roll
Is
initiative.
is she like just right in front of me?
No. She's behind one of her soldiers, her guardians.
Just need to slap her.
I think we need to roll initiative. Kyla, join on in.
Oh god.
Real awkward.
Yeah.
Situation.
But like, Walthia's having a pleasant dream.
Oh, that's nice. Where is...
I'll just kind of say, let's let those two sort this out once he wakes up.
Okay. She got a 10 for initiative, so Kyla goes first.
I'm just gonna kind of have a dagger ready. And I guess since Doreen said that, I will kind of I want to wait to see how they react. If, I guess I will warn them. I say, I just kind of say, like, don't give me a reason to throw this.
Okay.
It's like vibrating in your hand.
Everyone,
I think I have a reputation by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually talked about your reputation.
Yeah, in fact, these three elves specifically talked about my throwing stuff last session.
They did.
yes.
So
I think everyone's just like, just wait.
the sister goes, Alanis goes, and she tries to just walk past Doreen and Kyla with provoking opportunity attacks.
Can I opportunity attack slap?
Sure. No, it's got to be with a weapon. It's a weapon attack.
All right, I'm gonna hit her with the not
non-lethal.
head.
The butt.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
just butt her with the staff part of the Morning Star.
Sure. Let me just double check the 2E rules on
It's okay for
non-lethal damage because it's not the same as the 5e rules, and it's been so long. Here we go. Attacking without killing.
Yeah, I think there was a penalty or something.
Punching, wrestling, overbearing,
-2 or
weapons,
4.
and non-lethal combat, non-lethal attacks. It's possible to make an armed attack without causing serious damage. It's not as easy as it sounds, however. The character must be using a weapon that enables him to control the damage he inflicts. This is impossible with an arrow or a sling. It isn't even feasible with a warhammer or a mace. It can be done with swords and axes as long as the blade can be turned so it doesn't cut. Second, the character has a -4 penalty to their attack roll, since the handling this way is usually clumsier. The damage from such an attack is 50% normal. 1/2 of that is then temporary.
Wow.
What weapon do you have?
A Morning Star. But I'm just trying to like turn it around.
You can't non-lethal with a
No,
Morning
Neal.
Star.
Neal,
Like,
there's
just
a
with
big
the-
ball with a spikes and then a long handle. I just turn it around and hit her with the handle. You know,
All
like
right.
just sword hilting.
Sure,
right into
sure.
someone's gut.
Go for it. Give me your
Alright.
attack roll.
Knocking the handle, yeah.
It's basically just a flat d20.
No. I mean, is she wearing probably the same armor than me?
Yeah, you guys are dressed very similarly.
So I have AC 17, so probably so I see she.
Yeah, probably. Go for it, Doreen.
That was
Already rolled.
The 6
was
is your
it.
roll to hit? Oh, yeah, you miss.
pathetic.
Kyla, you can also unarmed attack or opportunity attack with the pommel of your dagger
That is possible.
if you really want, or like the flat of your dagger, more like. You can slap her with the blade of your dagger.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's really awkward. It's really awkward to try and stop them. What are you gonna do?
I just roll my eyes and like
Alright.
let her walk away.
They get past you and go away.
I watch to see what happens when they go to the caltrops.
You're gonna have to
already came
chase
back
after them to
from it.
follow them, but they already made their way through the caltrops once,
twice.
twice.
they?
Yeah. They had to go back to get their lead box again. Remember?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. In the caltrops, as long as you're walking and not running, you can walk past them. It's the running through the caltrops that's super dangerous. All right. So a few minutes later, wakes up.
Mafia. Where is she? Where is she? That whore.
Yeah.
Well, they have
Well-
to break their camp down, right? I mean, like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
He just rushes down the canyon.
You just run down the canyon.
All right.
You see them hurriedly packing up their camp as you like start
There's
making your way
Sarah!
through the walls. She says nothing.
Like, you and me, sis.
She gives you a dismissive wave.
Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs.
Okay, I like give Doing. Can you hear me? I'm.
Jesus.
You're like 1 HP or something.
I'm at 1 HP. Yeah. I'm full again.
All right, so you're taking a moment around to stop and heal. Their camp, they have to tear down their tents and everything, so it's slow going for them. I think they can probably tear their camp down in 5 minutes. And how long are you unconscious with color spray?
2d4.
2d4 rounds. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
It also probably takes some time to get back to camp.
yeah, but it takes you guys the same time to get
Yeah.
All
back
right,
to
yeah,
camp
fair.
as they do.
Fair.
And also,
So Doreen, can you roll me 2d4 for how long Gwyneth is unconscious?
Come on.
3.
Nice.
he was
So they
probably
have
waking up like as soon as they started walking away or something.
there's one round
Yeah.
of combat where yeah. So you're unconscious for 2 minutes after they leave. And then so they're 2 minutes away from being done packing up camp right now by
Yeah,
the time you're
so-
done being healed. Yep.
I come in and like, Ilanis, sister, I challenge you to family non-lethal single dual combat.
Yeah, that's exactly what she sounds like.
You know the rules.
I'm not fighting you.
Only because you have not the skill that I have with the sword.
Please, we have identical stat blocks. I'm just as skilled as you are.
Oh yeah? Prove it.
You prove it. I have nothing to prove.
All right, then. Grab
Come
your
get
weapon.
me. Come on.
Okay,
runs
he
through the
goes
caltrops.
forward. Takes his
You-
first sword.
Walk through the caltrops.
Oh, she's past the
Oh
caltrops.
yeah,
It's not
she's
the-
packing up
Yeah.
camp. I think
The camp is no. It wasn't the caltrops behind the camp.
behind.
Because
Yeah.
the camp is inside the canyon, and the caltrops are at the mouth of the canyon, right?
Other way.
So we have
No,
like
it's like
canyon-
Camp Caltrops us.
camp.
Okay, and then I slowly.
caltrops. The whole thing just sort of looks like a uterus, but that's okay.
Because I know the caltrops are there. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I
Just slowly shuffle through.
I'll
Yeah,
just kind of follow. I'm just gonna follow, and I'm gonna just watch the other guys.
Yeah, I'm just dragging Torque.
They're packing up camp. She sighs heavily, turns to face you.
and I think we have a duel.
I think we roll initiative now.
Beautiful.
Do you want my character sheet, just in case?
I might need it. Let's just roll initiative first.
200
She gets a
broadsword.
6.
Okay. Oh yeah, we probably. 7. She goes first.
I mean, that she rolled a 3 plus 3 for movement. She looks at you, hops
Okay.
on her horse, yells to the others, "Farewell!" and just fucks off on her horse,
And you see
leaving
like,
her unpaid mercenaries to finish packing up the camp.
he's like, Helenis! And he's going to jump on a horse.
You like jump on one of their horses
Don't worry, I
And-
bring it back.
and chase off after her. Oh god.
We both have riding
Neal-
horse proficiency.
Neil, I just look over to the elves and say, "Can you believe this shit?"
She didn't even pay us.
I know, right?
Neither did I yet.
Fucking hell. Man.
Alrighty then.
So
Did
we
did
take-
Torque? What's wrong? Is Torque dead?
I don't know. I hope not.
Man.
I think so. He touched that stupid pendant.
She tried to get me to touch it. She told me to go pick it up. Can you believe that?
He
heard
touched
that.
it,
She knew-
but
she knew it was a
she
death
said
pendant.
it's like if you put it on.
So are we going doing horse riding checks?
Yes. So you're both bolting. You both want to move your horse to greater speeds. You can both do so. I don't know.
Plus 10 for us both.
All right. She rolls a 26. You roll a 30. You both get your horses moving as quickly as they will go. And you're riding after her as she heads north-ish through the
I
terrain.
assume we just roll until one of us fails.
I suppose so. Let's just keep rolling
Oh shit, I failed. Let's see if
All
she
right.
failed.
d20 plus 10. Yes! You both fail!
So we kind of both horses break down.
Eventually, both horses just get too tired and you've got to stop them, otherwise they're just going to die. And you're about adjacent to each other when you're forced to dismount. She
All right.
pulls out her sword.
And I think we proceed to try to non-lethally beat each other.
All right, let's roll new initiative. D10 plus just D10 because it's the same.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, you go first, Gwen.
So
What's
with
your roll to hit?
With non-lethal,
There's no
both of us
penalties,
have to
just
at
less
least roll
damage.
18 to hit.
You both need an 18 to hit.
Because I have +3 with 200 broad rusted
Alright.
sword, so she has, but -4 for non-lethaling because we are siblings.
Right. Lovely. Are you specialized? No, you're not. You're a spellcaster.
Yeah,
you are.
I have expertise.
Wonderful. All right. So go ahead and make your first attack.
No.
Nope. And she goes first the next round and misses you.
All right.
And you go and miss her, but she gets her
second
second attack and hits you.
Oh,
What is
2d4. 2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Divided by
So you take 2 damage, one of which is temporary. And it's your turn.
Damn it.
All right.
Jesus.
You go first. Ah, you hit her.
But only it's not a crit.
No.
Nope.
2d4 plus what was it? 2?
2.
Yes. So it's
4 damage.
She takes 4.
he's at half health.
All right, 8 HP, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She misses, and we roll initiative for the next round.
Oh,
She goes first. Oh, it's a close
So
one.
close.
Second attack
Nope.
for her.
Second. No, you got 2 attacks last round, right?
No.
No, only one last round.
No.
Miss.
Ooh.
Miss. She goes first. Misses.
Nah.
You miss. Roll initiative. You go first.
Oh.
Oh god, it's not working. Second attack. She hit her.
Atrocious.
You only need like a 10 to knock her out, or an 8 to knock her out. Oh,
she's at 1 HP.
She's on one.
she's at 1.
Haha, sister. Seems like you're slacking.
Misses you.
Initiative.
Roll initiative. You go first.
No.
You miss. She misses. You
Initiative.
get another attack. No, you get another attack, right? This is that.
No.
No, okay.
That was last round.
Initiative.
What is this mess?
She goes first.
She goes first. She swings.
No.
You swing. She gets her second attack and hits you.
Oh shit!
2d4 plus 2 divided by 2. Ah!
Oh. I'm at
You
2.
take 4. You're at 2. She's at 1. Next one to hit is really going to be the one. Because minimum damage is 4, so the next hit is it.
Yeah. So,
D10?
yep.
Yeah.
D10.
Oh.
Oh shit!
No.
No, so close.
Close.
Second
wait.
attacks?
No.
Wait.
No,
That
no,
was
It was
initiative.
a 1 round.
I lost
This is a 2 round.
All
Come
right.
on, just breath.
Oh god, Glenn, you go first. Oh,
So close.
Second attack.
ah!
It's like,
Oh my god.
yes.
Get her!
Come on. No.
Ah!
Initiative.
No.
No.
Oh, so close.
No. Second attack for her.
All right, this is gonna be the one.
No.
All right, initiative. It's been like 10 minutes of fighting back and forth. The two of you are equally skilled.
15 minutes back in
It finally ends as you bring a sword up. She cuts across your stomach, going across your armor while you bring your sword down on the side of her neck, knocking her unconscious.
Take that, sister. You're not getting a Winter Solstice card. I'm
Roll
taking.
for damage so I can see how far unconscious she is. Not that it really matters. All right, she's out. No
She's
questions
down
asked.
by 3.
Yeah, she does not get any better, and I think people will catch up. Like,
Yeah.
Like an hour later, probably, because we're like just
Yeah.
going at normal pace.
Yeah. And you guys aren't really even sure where they went off to. They just kind of like rode out into the wilderness, and it's like, what,
Yeah.
are we gonna chase them? What the fuck is going on?
So I think us and the elves just kind of go together. And
Yeah.
The
We
elves
just,
like pack up their
we
remaining 2
follow the
horses.
like
you
stampede.
hear like in the distance, you hear like clanging and grunting from 2 people fighting.
What do you
It's
guys
like,
do?
yeah, we think the horses like went ages away. That really only went like 10 minutes
They're
away.
like,
Or something.
they're just one hill over, but you can't
Yeah.
see it, so they might as well be forever gone.
It's and if anybody sees this happening like in the last seconds of the fight, it's like, you know, 2 Lord of the Rings are trying to fight it. It's like that's
Might as well be a Star Wars lightsaber duel. Just
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's basically we have the same move, so we have that Anakin Obi-Wan mirror move where they both spin their blades for some reason.
So, meanwhile, what do you guys do with Torque? Do you guys
I'll
just
just
leave
drag
him
him
in the
along.
canyon? You drag him along?
yeah, we've been dragging him the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. So I think the parties are just going to split up and meet back at Shenanigans sometime later.
And I'm,
So I want to say it's on foot. It's going to be a 2 or
Wait, so
3-day journey
does
back to
he
Shenanigans.
get the death amulet?
Yes, I take
Yeah.
the box with the death amulet. And once we were back at Shenanigans, I basically sent it home in a package with don't fucking open this thing.
The death amulet don't open.
Yeah, death amulet. Love
So-
Guafia. To mom
It
and
is
dad.
So 2 days later, you guys are on that road, that forest road, back towards Shenanigans. Maybe it's even 3 days later, because it'll take you a day to get here. Yeah, it'll take you like 2 days to get here, and then a day to get back. So it's like 2.5 days later. You're dragging Torque behind you. How are you dragging him? Is he on a horse?
Honestly,
or is he like...
I don't think I really mentioned it, but I do have a 4-wheeled cart.
I don't think you took your 4-wheeled cart with you on this adventure.
All right, I'm probably just like drastically over encumbered.
Okay.
I found like a log that I've just like tied his legs to, so it's the log dragging on the ground and not his feet.
Sure.
So it's not like we're just rubbing away his skin.
Yeah. Torque, buddy.
Yeah.
You wake up. You are on a log, being dragged.
Is this like a slow, painful wake up, or is this like I was in the canyon and then next thing I know, it's just like.
This is like you are. You might not be able to relate to this very well. This might be like you're middle-aged and you drank way too much last night. And you're being dragged on the log where your head is hitting it every now and then. And so it's like this slow wake up where like you want to be asleep, but the pain is so annoying. And it's just like so frustrating. You're like waking up, unfortunately.
So I'd say I probably just like.
Now,
hold on.
His head.
No. I need to be very clear about some things.
Yeah.
His arms are also tied to the log.
Right, so he doesn't fall off.
So then,
also, so his arms aren't like dragging on the ground as well.
Right.
And then I'm just like, knows he's there and go, oh my God, Torque, I'm so sorry, and show him one of my hands.
Actually, if I'm all tied up, then I'd say it's a lot more panicked. Just like,
oh my God, Torque, I'm so sorry, as I show him one of the null hands.
You show me a null hand as I'm waking up.
Oh, shit,
do you seriously do that?
No. No, I was just thinking I make it look like you have no hands now, but no. Okay, hold on, Torque, let me untie you.
That probably would have elicited a very violent response.
But no.
Okay, we untie him from the freaking log.
What happened?
Told you not to touch the amulet. Apparently, it was an amulet of death. So you're alive, and I'm very confused.
Freaking death wormed over.
Apparently, it's temporary if you don't wear it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that was the case for the other guy.
Well, they were wearing it.
Yeah, you didn't put it on.
Yeah. Whatever. What happened with it? Like...
We have it. He had apparently an epic duel. We didn't see it with his sister to get it back. But it's in a box. No open. Do not open.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Okay.
All right.
Mind if we just like rest here?
I mean, I could keep dragging you on the log.
No, I want to stop moving for a while.
Oh, okay. All right. I untie him from log.
I'd probably just like lay there, even if I can't go to sleep. It's just like everything still probably hurts because I.
Oh God, everything hurts.
Yeah.
Things that you didn't know had sensation hurt.
Okay.
You know,
muscles you didn't know existed.
Mm-hmm. And just like
spleen hurts.
Yeah, like this part of your throat is really like it's just skin. It shouldn't be hurting. Why does it hurt? Oh God, why does it hurt?
Like the bridge of your nose hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then we go back.
Yeah, you guys arrive back at Shenanigans.
And after all is well, I pay each of you 20 gold.
Excellent.
At some point, I'll just pat one of the elves on the shoulder and be like, I'm really glad I didn't have to throw any daggers at you.
Yeah, man, I'm really glad. Jacob over there has got like 3 fireball spells memorized every day. It would have been ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Great guy. Good job, everybody. We all made it back alive.
There's one thing Guathia will do.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you do when you realize that Torque is not dead.
I mean, I pay him the 20 gold that I had paid everybody.
Well, of course you pay him, but does that change any of your other actions?
No.
Any of your other things?
Probably my sister is going to leave, and he catches her when she's like readying her horse to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And in his hand, he has like the package that he wrapped around the box with like nicely. Wait, let me make an arts and crafts check here. What was it again? Oh yeah, +7.
Arts and craft check.
You think it looks
Oh god.
amazing?
Yeah, you know.
7? Just 7?
Yeah. It's.
God.
I think it's willpower. No, it's not. Yes, it's willpower. It goes off for some reason. But no, he comes.
Power.
Hey, sis, you're leaving.
She's not a Shenanigans.
I mean, no, she. But he would have.
Oh, you would have waited around for her to wake up.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
When she's like readying her horse to leave.
Yeah. When she finally comes to consciousness, and what have you done with her while she was unconscious?
I mean, just made Doreen make sure that Doreen like heals the damage that was not temporary.
I mean, you didn't meet up with Doreen. You won't meet up with them until you get back to Berkshire. They're somewhere far away from you.
No, we like followed the tracks.
They followed us.
Of the horses stampeding.
Yeah, they followed us.
And remember, he took one of the elves' horses, so probably everybody.
Yeah.
2 horses.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have tracking proficiencies?
Yes.
It's like 1 minute
No,
away.
Torque, you're unconscious. You don't wake up for days.
It's like 1 round away from them, right?
I don't know if it's necessarily 1 round. Is it? How often do you make those checks? I don't know.
I don't know, 2 rounds, I think. 2 rounds around.
I was gonna just say that you don't meet up with them until you're back at Shenanigans.
I would
because
say
the sprinting of the horses and everyone's lost in the mountains and wilderness.
Okay, yeah. Then we make it back to Shenanigans, and once she's up, she probably wants to leave.
I mean, your sister will wake up out in the fields with you, right?
I mean, unless, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Basics.
10 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Finally awake.
Mm.
So I assume you want to leave then.
Mm.
You know, I had this package prepared to send to mom and dad, as a gift, old history stuff that secures your position. But it seems I can't find someone around to deliver a death token to Silvers. And she hands her the package.
She takes the box.
And he kind of, once he gives her, he also goes in for a light hug and just whispers, "It was nice to see you, sis. Take care."
There's a half-hearted response.
As I'm sure that was a half-hearted, it was
Yeah.
nice to see you.
And there's a bit of a grumble. And you guys go your separate ways.
Don't forget to work on that sword play.
Silence. Okay, so you all get back to Shenanigans. We're a little over our time here. Any thoughts on this amulet?
I mean, it's not here anymore.
Well, we
Right,
don't have
but
it,
any
so-
thoughts on it in general?
I don't want to touch that thing again. Like, I don't want it near me. I just want it to go away.
From what I gather, it probably puts you in a death-like state, and if you're in a state too long, you actually die.
Yeah, what I think is weird is that it actually damaged Gwathir when he tried to pick it up and wrapped up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it actually caused damage.
Maybe
so,
it is only meant for elves.
Ooh.
So everybody else just falls unconscious for a while.
Oh, and it only tries to kill elves. Okay.
Maybe. Well, we will probably never know.
I was just like, what memories from a different life in movies have told me don't go near scarabs.
Yeah, it's not a bad one.
Yep.
Yeah, scarabs
Right.
are usually pretty sketch.
Yep. So I was just like, nope, do not want to touch that thing.
So I like how the bundle didn't work, but the stick idea did.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's dead material. But basically, it's not. Wood. Oh yeah, it's organic
I
material.
think the reason was it can't be within 1 foot or something of living material.
It was certainly interesting, and if Torque was more curious about stuff like that, he'd probably investigate. But he's not.
Yeah.
He's no wizard.
Once I looked, once it was in the box, I was just like, okay.
What class are you, Bastian?
Wizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to take basically ban a lot of schools for me to get to this kind of fighter wizard thing without multi-classing or dual classing.
So we have 500 experience for completing the quest. We have 8 gnolls. We have 1 first level wizard. I think that's all the combat and quest experience. Let's do some role-playing experience in there. Let's see. I like that you guys recognized your other Shenanigans people and were like, "Ah, God, I don't actually want to fight you, so I'm going to give you 50% quest XP for that.
I feel like we set that precedence in a past life. That one time when we were in the other area, and Rock was just like, professional courtesy. Professional courtesy.
I enjoy that. I like that. That's good. So extra experience for that. And let's divide it among the 4 of you. Will everyone please take home 357 experience?
Man, Torque's never going to get to level 2.
Nice. I'm a bit over halfway there.
Did you say 357?
357.
Well, under 500 XP to level 2.
Was that 10%? 392 or something?
392.7, if you care about decimals.
I don't get decimals because I don't have that 10%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
that is it for today's episode of Fro.
What?
Shenanigans.
I mean, I guess if you want to do that, dang.
yeah, I mean, that is... Wow.
Shenanigans has taken Frozen Frontier has taken a weird turn.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, we are now in the Indiana Jones movie.
Yep.
Yep.
The Totem of Death.
Yeah, we should have our last episode of Heroes Graveyard in an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Hour and a half.
God, I have to watch that. I watched your preparations, and I have to watch this. I've not watched any Heroes Graveyard.
That's okay. There's not much to this session. It'll be a short session-ish, probably. So I recommend that you see it. Assassin, the new show, will start on June 20th at our very European-friendly time of 7 p.m. Central Europe time. That is 10 a.m. Pacific for all of those of you in the U.S. And that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Oh, you said 7 p.m. Central Europe.
Central Europe.
I was thinking 7 p.m. Central.
No, Central Europe.
And that's just like, that would be 5 p.m. Pacific. Neal.
Yes. Those time zones are not that far apart. So that's it for Shenanigans. And I believe we will be temporarily saying goodbye to Jason, who's going to be traveling the world for a few weeks.
Yeah, I'll be gone for 3 weeks in Japan, so I'll miss 2 sessions. It sounds like.
That's right. We will not have a session the first weekend of June since I will be at the Stream of Many Eyes, but we'll see you next week. Not the week after, but then the week after that again.
Send us some pictures.
I'll throw some on Discord for you guys. Definitely.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.